Hello, everybody. My name's Jeff Granville, and I'd like to thank you for joining me for a mindful moment for your mental health here on Harmonium. I want to start off by talking about one of the core topics to everything we bring forward. And it was one of the first things I researched during the journey with my son McCoy when he was 4 years old. And the term coherence was actually brought into my awareness from Greg Braden, who works closely with HeartMath. And HeartMath Institute was founded over 30 years ago in Northern California by Doc Childrey, and early on with a dear friend of mine, Bruce Cryer, who's the former CEO of HeartMath, and has given me a wonderful endorsement that's in my bio and also on the website. So let's talk about coherence. In physics, coherence can mean two frequencies that are coherent with each other, and also in speech, to speak coherently. But the term used here with heart math means the coherence in our body, in our mind body. And it's the coherence between our heart and our mind. And when we are triggered, when we are doing something our heart is not into, and you can all think of your list of chores, you're scrubbing the floor and you're just not into it, and time goes on, or like when we sat in the classroom bored and watched the second hand just tick away, we were not coherent in our environment. And if you look at the display here, this is like a heart math display, and they donated two of their complete systems to my nonprofit early on because of the work I was doing at Seattle Children's Hospital and the Ronald McDonald House. But you can see that time across the bottom and heart rate along the side in the vertical of the graph. And when they talk about the heart rate being 80 beats a minute, it's not flatline 80 beats a minute. That would be tragic for your health. What it does is it vacillates. On the right side of the screen, you can see a normal autonomic swing. The autonomic nervous system vacillates between sympathetic and parasympathetic. When we are in homeostasis, it's like a tennis player waiting for a serve. The body doesn't know what it's going to need to do next to respond to the environment. So it vacillates. As we breathe in, our heartbeat speeds up. And as we breathe out, our heartbeat goes down. And that is homeostasis. That's balance. That's health. That's everything we hope for. This, on this side, is when we're triggered or when we're afraid. When we're afraid in our environment, we're incoherent. The body is triggered into hypervigilance, left brain, fight or flight, and we are trying to use convergent focus to solve a problem, put out fire, run, fight, and our heart rate is all over the place, and we're not open and responsive. We're triggered and reactive. So heart math teaches, I'm going to jump to the bottom, a heart lock-in where you put your hand on your heart, you breathe in, slow your breath, focus on appreciation, and you can switch from being triggered into appreciation and homeostasis. And it shows that when the heart leads the way, because the heart is actually the conductor of our entire orchestra, it is aware of our environment and actually precognitively up to 6 seconds in advance. So this intelligence of the heart is communicated to the brain and mind body in 8 different ways. And we'll go over that a little deeper in the workshop. But more importantly, if we're out of alignment with spirit, if we're going against our belief system, then we are going to be out of coherence in our body. You cannot be coherent in your heart and your mind unless you're coherent with your stance with spirit. And this is a very important part of our well-being. It's the core of who we are. And if you listen to the Real with My Care philosophy, you will see exactly what I mean. So During our workshops and our masterclass, we're going to go much, much deeper into heart coherence and how to use it within your life. And I've got breathing exercises coming up in these reels that show you how to go from a triggered state to a controlled state into a coherent state with your breathing. So I hope you join me here on Harmonium for more mindful moments for your mental health and for the continued education through our workshops and our master classes. So thank you for joining me.